And the world continues to react to the failed coup bid in Venezuela. We now turn to Canada, where the Young Communist League is weighing in on the situation. The League's General Secretary Adrien Welsh joins us live. Good to have you with us, Adrien.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Tell us what you think of the failed power grab by the military backed by Juan Guaido and the U.S.
Well, first of all, let me say that on behalf of the Young Communist League and also on behalf of the Communist Party of Canada, we want to address our fraternal and revolutionary greetings in particular, to the communist youth of Venezuela and the Communist Party of Venezuela, but also to the youth and people of Venezuela in particular, who today didn't hesitate to take the streets and make and have their voice heard and actually prevent this last attempt of many of coup d'etat that is ongoing in Venezuela, a coup d'etat that has been for long sponsored by imperialism and its proxies in Venezuela and also in the US, but also in Canada, because actually Canada is not a foreigner to this whole situation of Venezuela. In Venezuela, Canada is totally part of this coup attempt since the very beginning. I mean, Canada was one of the first countries to recognize Juan Guaido as president, and we could even go further by saying that Canada was even self-proclaims as president of the country. The foreign minister of Canada admitted having bilateral conversations with Guaido himself. So we know that this is not just anything new here from Canada. We've seen the same happening in 2017, totally on the side of this fascist opposition that does not represent the voice of the Venezuelan people, in our opinion, and in the opinion of most of the progressive people all across the world. And Canada has always been a voice, at least in Venezuela, for a very long time, a voice of war, a voice of dissension, a voice, and not a voice of peace. Canada has always been part of this dangerous attempt of coup d'etat, has always been there to interfere in sovereign internal affairs that are the matters of the Venezuelan people. And so we are not surprised by today's comments by Canada's foreign minister, that actually we consider as being Canada's war minister, Chrystia Freeland. But nevertheless, this is something that needs to be denounced. And we are really worried, actually, by what is going on right now in Venezuela, not just about today, but this ongoing trend that is basically in the same line of the coup attempt of 2002, that just shows that imperialism is trying to bring back to power its proxies and to make sure that Venezuelan people is not the one ruling its own country.